Welcome to the Nightly Rant
with
your hosts, Mike
and Torya.
This is the show where we examine society from a sarcastic point of view.
If you like insane conversations, this is definitely the show for you.
Let's get into today's topic. YPN people, I don't know about you, but I love helping out a friend. That's why I want to shout out my friend Brian Little and his podcast, Your Favorite Blockhead. This is the only show that manages to weave together peanuts and MMA into one heck of an amazing podcast. You can find Your Favorite Blockhead wherever your favorite podcasts reside and at yourfavoriteblockhead.com. Do me a huge favor and listen to Brian's show. You'll be entertained and you'll help out a friend. Now, as I said, let's get into today's topic. There's going to be some major running going on.
Because we're scared of things?
Hell no.
That's what I thought.
Who's scared of what? I'm certainly not afraid of anything. But there's still going to be a lot of running going on. But we're not going to be the ones running.
Oh, that's good, because I don't
Mitchell's
really
very first ever high school track meet.
Mitchell's
very first one.
You know what I was just
school.
You know what I was just thinking about? How freaking frigid it's going to be for this track meet. In those little tiny track shorts in all this cold weather.
That's right. This is the school where when we were waiting for Alyssa last year, that girl was warming up in like microscopic shorts, and we were like, "This is a Catholic high school.
No.
Why are they wearing that?"
It was the entire team.
Yeah, it turned out. That's what I was saying. That it turned out to be the entire team had like postage stamp shorts
at a Catholic high school.
Kudos,
ladies.
Crazy.
Whoever picked those uniforms is a pervert.
Well, yeah, it kind of makes you think that, right? I mean, like, these are high school girls. And that's what I always say to men. Keyword. Girls. Not women. Girls.
Right. You have to be over 18 to be a woman.
Like, what the bleep? But, so.
Mitchell's going to kick some butts. So that's the moral of the story.
Yes, he is. We will see some.
Hopefully not his own butt like he did at the cross-country first meet.
No pine cones, Mitchell. No pine cones.
Stay far away from those pine cones, dude.
So, we've done a pizza show.
I don't even remember.
And I can't even remember what other one, but we did another food. And I think it was Italian restaurants. I do. I think it was Italian restaurants.
I don't. I think it was Mexican restaurants because I remember talking about...
Maybe it was.
I remember talking about that place that's on Catella. And it has the restaurant and then it has the to-go restaurant in the same strip mall.
Oh, Supermix.
That. Yeah, I remember talking about that.
Okay, so that was probably what the second one was. So now, today, kind of related to that.
But more delicious.
The Nightly Rant Taco episode.
Taco edition.
That's right. Sponsored by ElitePodcastAgency.com. Taco night. So we're going to talk about tacos.
It's not Tuesday.
How many taco? No, it's not even Tuesday. How many tacos? It's a good thing, though, because we don't release on Tuesdays. We release on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So it will never be Tuesday.
Exactly.
On this show, even if it's actually Tuesday. That's the crazy part, because we do record on various funky days, and then we put them out in order.
Anyway, so we've compiled a list of 6 fabulous taco locations in Southern California. 6.
Awesome. Okay, yeah, I thought it was 6. What are they? In no particular order?
This is in the order that I remembered them. Senor Taco, Taco Nazo, Straight Up Tacos, Tacos La Calle, King Taco, and Jim Boy's Tacos.
Nice. That's a nice list. That's a really good list. So let's just go in that order.
Okay.
And then when we're done, you'll give your top 3, and I'll give my top 3. Or do you want to just rank them in order from 1 to 6? Which would you prefer?
We can do them in the order they're in.
No, I'm saying at the end, do we just give our top 3 or do we rank them in order?
Top 3.
Okay, that's what I thought. It's faster and easier. Who cares?
Well, and I like all
cares who's
6,
4, 5,
so
6?
there's that.
Yeah, who cares who's 4, 5, 6?
It's going to be hard enough to pick 1, 2, and 3.
So, first one on the list is...
Senor Taco.
All right, you go first.
This was officially the first non-shitty-ass Canadian Mexican food I had, ever.
Senor Taco was?
Yeah. You took me there when I came here. And I told you that the most Mexican food that exists in Alberta is Taco Bell.
Taco Bell, yeah. Hey, Taco Bell was voted the best Mexican restaurant in the United States. Come on now. Sounds like United States, the rest of the United States, and Canada, they're kind of in lock sync.
So I have a love for Senor Taco. Because I think
so that
delicious.
Explains it, and I did not realize that. That explains it now.
Does it?
It mystifies me sometimes.
How much I love Senor Taco?
Because, I like Senor Taco, but I like Senor Taco more because of the people who are there that own it.
I like Senor Taco because it's delicious.
But I don't even think I would put them in my top 3 out of this list. I don't. I think that their meat tends to be dry, chicken or beef. I think their salsa is their biggest problem with their salsa. First of all, their salsa has wonderful flavor and a kick-ass heat. Their red salsa, It kicks your ass. But that's the problem, is that you overpower the taste, the wonderful taste, with that heat that it's like a brush fire in your mouth.
Nice.
Burns you like crazy.
Their green sauce is the bomb.
It kind of overpowers it. And then the problem is with the green sauce for me is it doesn't have any kick. It has great flavor. And in fact, I'm going to tell you that it's very similar to what the red sauce flavor tastes like when you can sense it through the heat. And that's the problem. Too much heat. And so I think that what I started doing, and it works.
It's half and half.
Is I mix the two together. And it's like, oh, heavenly. It kind of tones down the heat and kicks up the flavor.
I could put their green salsa on everything. Like you put the green ají sauce on everything.
Yeah, it's so good. Don't get me started about the green ají.
No, we're not talking about that tonight.
Because that would be good on tacos. So you give, what do you give? We did it a 5-star scale. What do you give Senor Taco?
I could give all 6 5 stars if I wanted to, huh?
Uh-huh.
I'm going to give Senor Taco 4 because I do agree with you that sometimes they're a little dry.
Okay.
And it depends on the time of day.
And I'm going to give them a 3.
Wow.
I think Senor Taco is average. It's a 3. Who's next on the list?
Hold up, though. I have a question before we move on.
Sure.
Are we allowed to give half stars? Is this Yelp?
Yeah.
Okay. Second on the list, the place we've only been...
It's literally anything between 0 and 5 with 1/10 increments. So 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, etc. So you could rate someone a 3.8. I gave them a solid 3. Taco Nazo? Okay. Let me talk about Taco Nazo first, since you talked first about whatever his name was. Senor Taco.
That's cool, because I want to talk first about number 3 on the list.
So Taco Nazo was hilarious. But at the time, I'm going to be honest, at the time, I couldn't let it be known to you how hilarious I thought it was. Because at that time, not now, but at that time, when it came to things of direction, you were very sensitive about being teased about the direction. And so you said, we're standing in the field, and you point at this like Walgreens-y looking shopping center, and you go, I found this Mexican food place, and it's just like right over here. And you point over there. And now I've got it in my head that that's where it is. So I look at the map, and I'm like, yeah, it's really close. That's damn close
legit.
Spot. So we're cruising out of the place, and we decided it's so close that we're not going to leave and come back for the parking and try to fight for parking. We're going to keep our parking spot, and we're going to walk there.
Yeah, because it was shady.
Well, it's a damn good thing that we did that, because we get to the exit of the parking lot, and we're about to turn right to go to where the Walgreens type parking lot is, and all of a sudden I go, hey, There it is right there. And it was literally across the street from where we were. Like, you could just walk straight line and you were there.
It was magical.
So tell them about the crowd.
Well, people who were there told us the crowd was because there was a soccer tournament right across the street. We've since gone there again, and it was almost as busy at like 3 p.m.
Yeah. I would say it was about 95% of the same capacity as it was the first day.
Right, there just wasn't a line, but there were still no tables.
Right.
Anyway, okay, so we get there, and the line, there had to be 50 people ahead of us. And so the line's out the door. And there's also like an express taco stand right next to it. Like Taco Nazo Express. And their line was even bigger. So we're like...
Yeah, they're the to-go only one, which is brilliant.
We thought, well, it has to be good because all the people in line are Hispanic. And that's generally how you judge if you're going to a place that's going to have good food. If you're going to an Asian food place,
especially where we were, it's in Bellflower, and there's a lot of Hispanic people that live in that area, and because of Norwalk and that area is sort of like more Hispanic area.
Right.
It's not like that's the interesting thing. Hispanic people and white people are very similar in this respect. We don't usually group up into like Little Saigon where it's all the Vietnamese people or Chinatown. And we don't usually group up into those things. And I think it's interesting. So, yeah, you got
It's like Korean barbecue. If you walk into Korean barbecue and there's a lot of people who are Korean,
then you know
can pretty much trust it's going to be good.
If it's all white people or all black people or all whatever other than the Korean people, then you're kind of like,
well, you're not going to you're not going to get authentic Korean barbecue.
Right.
Anyway.
It's just interesting. It's just really interesting. So,
we waited in line. Their menu was pretty decent. They had like free samples while you were waiting. And then we got our food. And it was just freaking amazing.
So good.
So good.
The tacos were so good.
So good. Yeah.
And, my one gripe with Taco Nazo,
other than they're kind of far away from us,
is their sizing of like their sides.
Oh my God.
Like you order a small salsa and you get like
a thimble.
Like if anyone's ever been to Arby's and they have the little ketchup sauce containers, you get like something about that size.
Yeah, it was the guacamole that we ordered anew.
For the salsa. And then the guacamole was an even smaller container than that.
Yeah.
The small guacamole.
And
then
like
you go back and you go, okay, next time we're going to get the large. Holy poo.
It was like...
The large is like ginormous to the point where you're like, well, wait a second. If the small was like this, you're 100 times bigger. What the hell?
And for the large is twice the price of the small. And you'd be an idiot not to get the large because the small was so tiny.
And that's my complaint, though, is that it's confusing because then one time we got the medium, or somebody got the medium. I think Deborah ordered a medium, and it was kind of skimpy. So it's like the small and the medium are sort of like, who would buy that? And then they're tricking you into buying the bigger one and spending the more money because it becomes the value. And you know what? I guess I can't begrudge them that because
down with that. We brought
it's kind of like, well, it's kind of like if you, like we do with our business, if you contact us after hours and you have to have work done, you're paying the price that it says in the contract. And sometimes it's 10 times the hourly rate. Like it's crazy. But people pay it if it's an emergency.
Right.
Well, I guess it's the same thing here. If you're gonna try to only get a little bit, they have to work just as hard to give you that little bit as to give you that whole big old jug. So they charge you more and try to push you towards the volume. They make more money. You get more product. It's a kind of a win-win. I think, and their salsa was good. I give their salsa a high rating.
I thought they were a little bit expensive.
Price-wise?
In general.
Okay. That should definitely be taken into consideration when we give it the 5-star rating.
It was more than $3 per taco unless you got the combo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas the first one on the list, Senor Taco, is like $7.50 for 4 tacos and a drink.
Yeah, it's like $1.85 or something like that.
So to give we'll just give the price comparison here. Might as well.
So, yeah, that's a good point. So I would rate them 3.8. And I'm going to tell you that a huge portion of what I didn't give them is because of price. And I think price could be addressed by adjusting the damn portion sizes to where they're correct.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to give them a 3.9. And yes, I agree with you that a lot of my is because of price.
Yeah.
And because if you're going to call Senor Taco's chicken dry, Taco Nazo's chicken was equally as dry.
You know, have I had a chicken taco there? I don't think I've had a chicken
you have the
taco
beef
there.
ones every time.
And the beef
It's really good.
Tastes delicious. Oh my gosh. It's juicy. Oh, love that stuff. So, okay, so you give it a 3.9. I give it a 3.8.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. So far, I'm averaging 3.4.
Yeah.
And you're averaging
3.95.
3.95. That's great. So we're cooking. So what's the next one?
I just love tacos. It's how this goes. So the next one is actually the reason that we've been putting off doing this taco episode for as long as we have. Straight up tacos.
Oh, the car wash taco place.
So I tell him like 3 months ago, there's a new taco place in Cyprus and I want to try it. And then he asked me where it is. And I made the mistake of telling him where it was.
Hold up. Stop right there. People, we've spoken on this show before about a certain trip to Glendale wherein we went to a sandwich shop that we found on Yelp. High ratings, sounded tasty, drove all over high heaven in Glendale to get to this place, walked to the damn door, and it's like the lobby of a market, a supermarket. And I said, hell no, we're not eating here. So why would you think that a place in a car wash would have gotten any different reception from me?
So this place appears
But hold on. Before you go any further, I will go on the record as saying that I'll tell you later whether I was wrong or right.
This place, it shows up in hot and nearby section of Yelp, which I get all these notifications. So, And I was like, okay.
Sounds kind of risque. Hot and nearby.
That's not actually what it's called. I just can't remember. Anyway.
Good thing. Anyway.
It comes up in the that.
Okay.
And then so
Blazing Saddles or whatever it's called. Yeah, I get it.
That shit. And so I go and I take a look, and it's got like 40 reviews on Yelp, and it's only been open for a week. And I'm like, how the heck do you get so many reviews? Maybe it's sketchy, like the Asian place we will never mention again. And so I watched it. I watched it for the last few months, and you notice recently I've started to be like, car wash tacos. Take me to the car wash tacos. Like a little bit more annoyingly. That's because their reviews have continued to grow.
Noticed.
The reviews have been continuing to grow.
A
So
blind person could see it.
shut up. Anyway. So tonight,
I'm feeling feisty tonight.
I'm gonna kick you. So tonight, we finally go get gas station tacos.
No. Car wash tacos.
It's a gas station too.
But it's a car wash. It makes a huge difference.
There's also a gas station.
There's always a gas station when there's a car wash.
There's-
But there's not always a car wash when there's a gas station.
There's not always
Yes.
a gas station when there's a car. Is there a fucking gas station at the car wash you take our car to? No, there isn't.
Oh, but that's a
So eat it.
drive-through car wash. This is a full-service car wash.
You're a full service car wash.
Every full-service car wash, I will correct my wording. Every
Even
full-service
Mitchell
car
is
wash
disagreeing with you.
has gasoline. Name one that doesn't.
Mitchell says it's not full service.
Yeah, actually it is. You pull your car up and you get out. And they take your car through for you. You don't drive through that one. Been through there many times when I used to live over
I
there.
don't know, so I'm just gonna let you two
So
argue.
it's
with
not
that.
like the one that we go to now where you stay in the car and go through.
I don't care.
To
It's
me,
a
those are
car
different.
wash. It's a gas.
Anyway,
station,
whatever. The
freaking
car
wash.
gas wash tacos stand. What was it called again?
Straight up tacos.
Say it again.
Straight up tacos.
One more time.
No. So we walked in.
Straight up tacos.
We walk in.
In
And we're like,
Cypress,
where the heck?
California.
What the heck are the tacos?
On
Because
Walker and Crescent.
You're pissing me off talking over me. You
I'm
want to do
actually
the whole
talking
fucking taco episode yourself?
in between you.
No, you're not.
I am. Anyway, I told people where it was. So continue. Tell them how nice the people were.
How about I finish what I was freaking saying first?
And then we can tell them how nice the people were.
We walk in and we're like, where the hell's the tacos? We walked into like this weird ass little car washy lobby thing with like massage chairs. And there's a grumpy looking clerk behind like a cash register.
But we knew the tacos were there. At least I
smell
did.
the tacos.
I could smell them, and then I could see that young couple that was sitting right there as we came into the right. And they had tacos. And I was like, there's got to be tacos here somewhere, but where are the tacos? So we just kept walking.
We found them.
And sure enough, they kind of spray painted the wall. It made it, if you think about it, it made it look like a food truck.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. So the atmosphere.
Car washy.
I think you agree with me that you really wouldn't want to eat there unless you were getting your car washed at the time, in which case you might eat there.
Do you want my honest opinion of straight up tacos?
I haven't said what I think about it yet.
Do you get to go first?
Well, you get to go first about what you ate, and then I get to say what I ate. And then you get to say what you thought about what you ate, and then I get to say what I thought about what I ate. Then we'll move on to the next one, and I get to go first. So, now that we're going over the rules, like an elementary school classroom.
You're the one who said a whole bunch of fucking
Let's get ready to listen about tacos.
Hold up a second. You, the one who complains that when we go to a restaurant they have too many rules, is setting rules about how I can talk about my tacos?
No, we just had those rules in the beginning before we started the episode. We discussed how it was going to be, and you weren't paying attention to them, so I just made sure you pay attention to them. Enough said. Let's go.
Uh-huh. Anyway, I had chicken tacos and I had shrimp tacos.
You had shrimp?
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought you had a beef one. I had two and two, chicken
Mitchell
and beef.
Had a beef one.
I had 2 and 2, chicken and beef.
Mitchell also had a cauliflower one.
But here's the thing.
Had like 90
how did he get like
kinds.
chili lime or lime chili or whatever it was, or Chilean lime or some crazy ass thing like that?
What the fuck are you talking
How did he get that?
How did he get what?
The taco that he had. Let me see here.
Because that's what they were called online.
Oh, so it's basically the same thing.
Yes, they're the same thing. At the place, they had a handwritten sign that said steak, chicken, shrimp. So like the extra descriptive words weren't super necessary.
So I had 2 achiotle steak ones and 2 citrus chicken ones. They were
the freaking bomb.
They were good. They were tasty. They were very, very yummy.
Mine were also the freaking bomb. Mitchell said his were the freaking bomb. Alyssa was in love with her burrito.
Yeah, that's right. She had a burrito.
She always has a burrito. And this experience at Straight Up Tacos makes me want to, next time we're in Glendale, just the two of us, go back to that Italian supermarket, get sandwiches, and sit in the car to eat them.
No.
Why not?
It doesn't work.
Yes, it does.
No.
Yes, it does. They have good Yelp
Here's
reviews.
one of your biggest problems.
Huh.
I drive, you don't.
So?
Enough said. I never have to go there again.
You always let me pick
never
where we
have to
for
go
lunch.
there ever again. I can just say, and we just don't go there.
Then literally never ask me to pick where we're having lunch again.
Well, that'd be great too. I could just have whatever I want. Wow. She makes threats that she doesn't really want to come
He makes this sound like I wouldn't always let him pick whatever he wants, because every single day, what do you want to have for lunch? I don't know what I want to have for lunch. I'm not even hungry yet. Well, you have to pick what we have for lunch. That's how the conversation goes.
Uh-huh.
Every day.
Uh-huh.
Because
she
he
won't
can't
let me
pick.
Well, I could pick if I wanted to.
So
I could
do
pick
it.
lots of things. But my thing is, here's the problem. I'm the guy that if you fed me chicken breast 5 times a day, every day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and then threw in some broccoli, and every once in a while, a little bit of oatmeal or some rice, I could live all year long off that shit. So what does that mean? That means that, you know what? If I felt like it, I could eat Arby's every single meal. Arby's.
Did you hear me earlier?
Okay, are you hearing what I'm saying to you?
Stop for a
That's
second.
why I don't pick. Because if I picked, y'all would be bored. We had this conversation. It was called I Don't Know, You Pick. That was the name of the episode. I don't know the number, but I know that it was called I Don't Know, You Pick. You can put it in the search bar on the website, yogispodcastnetwork.com. Put it in there. You'll find it. We've had this conversation before.
Yeah, and I told you I didn't care if we eat the same thing every day, because I'll pick something different from the menu.
Not what you said
I just
at
get
that
freaking
episode.
tired of freaking picking where we go for freaking lunch every freaking time we go for lunch.
But you do such a good job
No, I
of
don't.
taking care of your needs.
I hate it. It's annoying.
And I never tell you whether I like the lunch spot or not.
I'm aware, and it pisses me off.
But you know why?
Makes me wanna kick you in
If
the
I
nose.
if I had a
Don't
real
give a
problem
shit
with it,
for you.
no, if I had a real problem with it, I would tell you so. I haven't told you so. So that means I don't have a real problem with it. So back to straight up tacos. Tell us what you thought about your food.
I just fucking did.
Well, you didn't give it a number.
Neither did you.
Well, you were supposed to go first.
You told me you were going first.
No, you were supposed to go first on this one. It's the third
Mitchell,
one.
he doesn't even follow his own rules.
You know what? I'm going to cut the audio out of this and prove you once again to be wrong.
Mitchell is being feisty. I gave it a 4.2.
And I just gave it a flat 4.
Okay.
It lost one entire point
For being in a car
for
wash.
being in a car wash. Take that thing out of the car wash and put it like where which was? That would get a 5.
I think Mitchell's flipping you the bird.
I know, for no apparent reason.
I
Because he
think
won't talk and have what the rating is.
He's
I mean,
a
I could
giant
hand him
dick.
my microphone for a second, and he could tell us what his rating is, since he clearly thinks it was a 5.
I think if they're doing really well where they are, which Yelp suggests they are, and the number of people ordering on a Wednesday night suggests they are.
It was, if you could call it busy, it was busy.
I think that it won't, and they had like 19 to-go orders sitting waiting
Yeah.
for like Postmates. Like, I think that
Those poor people. Tacos don't travel super well. You got to get them and go. That's what we did. We
Yeah.
got them and went.
But I think that they could probably move on to a bigger and better place.
They're going to have to.
They would have done well in the Taco Bell location.
I can't remember. Now I just remembered. No. I don't remember who the one truck was, but there was a burger truck. I know. It was the Burnt truck and the Dogzilla truck.
Yeah,
And they had
Burntzilla.
Burntzilla as a restaurant. And it was smart on their part because it gave them a place to prepare their food.
Mhm.
They didn't have to pay for that. And they don't have to pay so much insurance. It's a lot cheaper when it's your own business.
Uh-huh.
And yet they were able to still do the food trucks, plural, and have that restaurant. And it was smart that they teamed up together.
All right, next on the list,
What's next on the
Tacos La Calle.
Tacos La Calle. Tacos La Calle reminds me in its approach of Senor Taco. And interestingly enough, I feel as though I think that 3 of the first 4 have been owned by, a family that's run the business for a while, and period. It's just a family-run kind of business, which means that you get kind of an odd service sometimes, and the way they present things is kind of odd because somebody got a bug up their butt and decided they're going to do it a certain, like that one Mexican restaurant that we went to that had all the rules about, doing this and doing that and doing the other thing. And you're just like, what am I allowed to do? Maybe that'd be easier for you to tell me, because there's an awful lot of things I'm not allowed to do. And you just kind of get that kind of approach. You don't get that from a corporate.
surcharge for.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't get that kind of approach from a corporate restaurant because they understand the importance of being consistent. And you know what? It's not like they don't actually charge you for that stuff. They just bury it in the price
Well,
somewhere.
they just know how to charge properly as to
Yeah.
not piss people off.
Right. So This place, we've driven past it a million times.
And talked about it
and talk about we should go there. We should go there. We should go there. We should go there. So finally we went there.
It's in a weird
We've
spot.
actually been there twice now.
Like within a week.
And I think the first time round, I was boring and I just had like 3 carne asada tacos. And
No. You had carne asada and chicken. You had at least one chicken one.
Did I?
Yes, because you're in love with the chicken and you've had them all 2 times we've been there. You
Huh.
said next time you're going to get all 3 chicken ones.
Yeah. You know why? Unfortunately for them, their beef and their approach are a lot like Senor Taco. Just dry.
Huh.
But their chicken,
So good.
it's juicy, tender, it has flavor. I give that a thumbs up.
You know what? Their chicken, we need to tell Adam from the Adam and Dr. Drew show about their chicken tacos.
Because he always says they're dry.
He
Tacos
had that
are dry.
whole 35,000 year rant about how every single chicken taco in the world is dry. And I tend to agree with him, despite liking chicken tacos a whole lot. That places they weren't dry at all. Like not even a little bit. Not even a hint of dry.
Remind me to tell you later about the dude who sent us a video DM on Instagram. I'll tell you about it later.
Anyway, continue.
Because I don't want to break up our topic. But so, I don't know. I think that Tacos de Calle. If I was eating all chicken, or even their pork, that's right. The first time I had beef, pork, and chicken, and I liked the pork and the chicken. I didn't like the beef as much. It was still tasty, but it was kind of dry.
And then the second time, you also had beef, pork, and chicken, and the pork wasn't as good.
Right, the pork was a little more dry, but the chicken was consistent. So I would next time just have all chicken. And so because of that,
Might get a shrimp one.
I'm going to give them the same kind of smackdown as the car wash place. They're going to get a 4.0.
Really?
Yeah.
So the first time we went, I had the pork and the chicken because I don't really eat beef very often.
Right.
And then I had 2 pork and 1 chicken because I was trying to try something new. And I freaking loved the chicken, but the pork was my absolute favorite. And then I was really disappointed the second time because the pork was kind of the second time. And the chicken, you're right, the chicken was still fabulous. And what I like is they have 7 or 8 different kinds of salsa. And they don't put any toppings on your tacos, but they have a topping bar where you just put what you want, which is perfect for somebody who's kind of picky sometimes, like me.
Sometimes?
Shut up. I gave them a 4.5.
Sometimes. You are the most picky, not picky person. And I mean that exactly how it sounds. You go with the flow so well that your pickiness doesn't stick out like a sore thumb.
Well, yeah.
There are those people that are so picky that you're just egads. I don't want to go to dinner with them because they're going to be like this and it's going to make me uncomfortable. You're not like that. But you're picky enough that it's noticeable that you're picky.
The sour cream at Taco Bell really bothers me.
I know. It's your hot button or hold button or whatever.
Well, that's because they put it all in one giant blob at one end of your burrito.
That's because they basically use
lazy ass bitches.
They basically use a spackling gun to put the thing in.
It's just nasty. I don't mind a little bit of sour cream, but do I really want it to ooze all over everything?
Why are we talking about Taco Bell? They're not
anyway.
Even. Their tacos aren't even close.
You were talking about how it's being picky.
I kind of do like their tacos,
but they're not real tacos.
I don't know.
Anyway,
so
I gave it a 4.5.
I only gave them a 4.
So I'm going to switch the order of these
Tacos de Calle is your favorite so far. Huh.
Yeah.
What's my favorite been so far? It's tied between Tacos de Calle and
Straight Up Tacos.
And Straight Up Tacos. All right, what's the next one?
I'm going to switch the order of
No, we said we're doing them in this order. We're doing them in this
order. But I want
to
talk about one and you'll want to talk about the other one.
Okay, hold on a second. I have to have a conference with Yogi. So she wants to change the order, and there's only 2 left. Her reasoning is because she says it's because she wants to talk about one and I want to talk about the other. But since I never said what I wanted to talk about, the real reason is she wants to talk about one that she won't talk about if we don't switch the order. That's the real reason. So what do you think? Should we do it?
I have another suggestion.
Yogi says do it.
Well, my other suggestion is that you could just talk about two in a row.
Done. Decision has been taken care of.
Okay,
Switch the order.
In that case, next is Jim Boy's Tacos. And the reason I want to talk about this one is because I found them on Instagram. And I was like...
Did you really?
Yes. I
thought you found them on Facebook, but okay.
No. I found them when we first started the Web Scientist's Instagram account. I was following local people and local hashtags, and I came across this page called Massive Cravings that I now follow on all of the Instagram accounts because I always want to see their stuff. They post the most glorious food in the entire world. That's also how I found Churraholic.
Okay. Continue.
Okay, so I see this, like, majestic taquito thing on my Instagram feed, and there was, like, 6 taquitos sticking out of, like, this guacamole heap.
You're making me drool.
I know, it looks so freaking good. And then I
love taquitos.
I go to their page.
Mitchell likes taquitos a lot, too.
So I go to their page, and they tell me where... and they tell me where this taquito majestic pile is from. And I came to you, and I was like, I want to go to this place. And you were like, but it's by Disneyland. And I was like, I don't care. I want to go to this place. Now we could go to one of, like, the 6 other ones that are around.
Want to bet they're also, like, $2 per taco cheaper?
Probably.
Because they're not directly across the street from Disneyland?
So we go, and this place is, he's not kidding, on the Disney Garden Walk? Whatever it's called?
Yeah.
And so, parking... we had to, like, drive around, like, 6 times before we found parking in a hotel. And then we finally get in there, and we brought the Yog dog, so I have to wait outside.
That's right. Yogi came with us.
Yeah. And so I just told you what I wanted. You ordered for me.
I remember just having a couple of shredded beef tacos.
I think you did.
Hard shell. And they deep fried them with, a meat and everything inside the shell. It's not like they did the shell separately and cooked the beef separately. They stuck it all together.
Right.
Put it in there. And then they put lettuce and cheese. And I think even radish was on there.
And I remember them having, like, a lot of super, super melty cheese.
Yes.
And you know how I feel about cheese.
Yes, I do.
So, like, I don't know. They were amazing. Like, the location was shady because it's right by Disneyland, and people who aren't at Disneyland don't really want to go near Disneyland. But, like, if we went to the location in Brea, I think we'd be a lot happier.
It's also one in Huntington Beach. But,
yeah,
but I think
the
that
one in Brea is closer.
I think the one in Huntington Beach would be a bigger zoo than the Disneyland one.
Because the one in Huntington Beach is right by
on
the beach.
It's right
the one
on
in Brea is kind of by the Brea Mall.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Well, we could always try that. It's not that far. I mean, it's every bit as close as, like, where we drove to tonight. I mean, that's not that far.
Right.
Might be a little. Well, actually, it's a little further.
Disneyland.
Yeah, but it's no further than Disneyland. You're right. So what did you rate them?
I haven't yet.
Okay. I remember having the beef, shredded beef, and what I like about the approach of frying it together is it seals in the moisture. Like, the shell gets hard, and with the meat being so hot, it doesn't ooze like oil and whatever at the shell, and it lets the shell get really rigid, and then the oil and stuff can't make it all soft and gushy. That's what usually kills those kind of tacos, And they perfected that. Like, don't get me wrong, their beef was a little bit, their shredded beef was a little bit on the greasy side.
Probably because it was deep fried.
Right.
That makes sense.
It just captured the oil. But the taco was crunchy all the way through.
And, like, there was a lot to each taco you got.
Yeah.
Now, when we went, the only thing that I was disappointed by is I couldn't find the taquito thing that I'd originally seen on Instagram on the freaking menu.
It was there.
But maybe when we go to the other one and I can actually go inside because we won't have a Yog dog, I'll find it.
Who says we won't have the Yog dog?
Well, if we do, he'll be in his stroller.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's what I thought about it too. I thought it was really good. It was juicy. It was tasty. It was crunchy. Their salsa was kind of mediocre.
If I'm remembering correctly, my score for them is 4.6.
And I'm a 4.5.
Wow.
But they're my favorite so far out of all of these.
Wow. And so then the last one on the list is, I guess you're right. I didn't know if you'd want to talk about this one specifically. All I knew is I wanted to talk about the other one. It's King Taco.
King Taco. So I get to go first?
You get to go first.
Huh. King Taco. Not sure what to say about King Taco.
You don't get to talk about the funky nachos.
It's another... yeah. It's another restaurant styled in a similar fashion to like Senor Taco and Tacos La Calle. They're that similar style of place, you know? Yeah. And kind of fast food, but not really like McDonald's fast food. It's, you know,
right.
Mexican fast food, but with authentic cooking. So, you know, meaning the quality of the beef and chicken and whatever is usually a little bit lower, but they make up for it with the flavors and things that they, you know, infuse into it. And so it's kind of tasty. It's like when I took you to Noggles, it's like a little bit different. It's not better than, but it's different from Taco Bell.
Hey,
similar
those
vein,
are tacos we
different.
left out.
Yeah, but you know what? They're not as good as these. I don't think they're in the same class. It's like Taco Bell, you know?
Just like I think honestly, Jim Boy's tacos kind of fits better with Taco Bell, Noggles, etc.
Yeah,
than it does with all the other street tacos we've been talking about. Well,
that's the conversation that we were having earlier,
right.
And you guys didn't really agree with me then. So maybe you've changed your mind, or maybe you just didn't speak up. Because I was saying that I don't think it's fair to compare like deep fried tacos like Jim Boy's to street tacos. Because you know what? In all honesty, I think probably the overall best tacos were the street tacos from the different places, like, you know, Taco Nazo, Tacos La Calle, Senor Taco, etc. Those are the best tacos, like for sure, by far the best tacos, tastiest tacos. But from a like flavor explosion experience, the deep fried ones they have a beat. There's something about the fat and, you know, the oil mixed in there. Then, like you said, the melted cheese. And so it's not fair to compare them. You got to compare them amongst themselves. And you know what? We just set ourselves up for another episode about tacos, because we can give our actual top 3 based on these ratings. It'll be easy.
Right.
And then come back to another episode, or at least a segment of another episode, and talk about which hard shell tacos were the best ones, you know, the deep fried ones, and which soft tacos were the best ones, and come up with a real winner. So I give them King Taco.
I haven't heard us running back there anytime soon.
I'd say a solid 2.5.
Yeah, they were kind of wah wah. I mean, I remember I got 2 tacos and I got like a weird ass quesadilla thing. And like the salsa on the tacos was spicy as hell, and there was a lot of it. And so I don't remember like even being able to eat the taco very much. And like I had asked for the salsa on the side and they didn't listen.
Well, here's what I thought about it. Okay, real quick though, because you're kind of going to go down a different path, which you can go down. But before we go there, I felt like I said before that the quality of the meat and stuff wasn't quite there.
Right.
And then the service was kind of Service was kind of you know? And that to me was disappointing. And I think that their food was actually better than a 2.5. I mean, the price alone.
They were Senor Taco priced.
Their prices were decent.
Yeah.
And So they deserve better than a 2.5, but they're getting a 2.5 because, it was kind of like ho-hum. It wasn't really mind-blowing food. And, like, those nachos were super weird, like you said.
Soup. They had fucking carrots and cauliflower in them.
They were weird. And service was sort of horrendous.
Sort of.
And, they put you in like a banker's line to get through. Sort of, I don't know, unusual and strange and uncomfortable.
So
2.5 for them. They're at the bottom of the heap.
Is my rating for them... Okay, you brought up the weird nachos. I brought up the weird quesadilla. Is my rating of them based 100% on the 2 tacos and the service, or does the quesadilla factor in?
Everything factors in. You ate.
Then I'm going to give them a 2.7, but I was going to give them like a 2.1 if the quesadilla didn't factor in. So
the quesadilla was good.
It was.
You're saying.
It was better than everything else.
Hey,
it was super
we always
cheesy.
talk about that. And it's very true. People need to understand that point. Just because it brought the rating up merely means it's higher than a 2.1 by itself. It doesn't mean that it's good. It could be a 2.7 for all we know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I don't know. That one kind of wand. At least everything wasn't amazing.
It was just disappointing.
So I think that leaves us both with Jim Boy's Tacos in the lead.
Jim Boy's is number 1.
And both with Tacos La Calle in second.
Tacos La Calle is second. And then I have Taco Nazo as third.
And I have Senor Taco as third.
Yep. And I told you Senor Taco wouldn't be in my top 3. And I was right.
I have Senor Taco Nostalgia Love.
Well.
And I think that's fair.
I'm wondering, and I'm going to have to check into this, but I'm wondering if it's because like I said to you, Tacos La Calle, they would be, I'll be honest, they'd be a 2.5 if I was just eating the pork or just the beef and I hadn't had chicken.
Okay.
So I wonder what would happen to Senor Taco if I started eating their chicken.
The best time
because who really loves Senor Taco is you and Deborah.
Yeah.
You both eat their chicken.
Yeah.
So maybe their chicken is just more consistent. Because there are times.
It is. It's very consistent.
Times when their beef is yummy. Don't get me wrong. But unfortunately, more often than not, the beef is just kind of meh.
Well, the one day Deborah and I went without you. I don't know where you were or why we didn't.
Yeah.
You weren't coming to lunch with us. But, and we got there just as they finished making a fresh batch of the chicken. Sweet hell, it was amazing. Like, it was the best thing I've ever put in my mouth. Yeah, but it's not always like that. It does tend to be a little on the dry side.
The joke I just let go by, and I'm going to continue to let go by.
Yogi says, can it?
Yeah. I'm going to have to give that a shot. So those are our top 3 on each side. I think that's interesting how that worked out.
I really want to go back to Jim Boy's.
We both really liked Jim Boy's. We both really liked Jim Boy's. We both really liked Tacos La Calle. And it's funny. Look at that. I think in a sense, we can already say we don't even have to have another episode because the best, we would be in agreement. The best deep fried tacos was Jim Boy's.
I've never had other deep fried tacos.
What's that?
I've never had other deep fried tacos.
That's right. You haven't eaten the other kind. Because I've had it like at Supermex and what was the other place that I had it? I can't remember. But one of the places that we've talked about here, I had it there too.
Oh, okay.
I know. First time at Taco Nazo, I had crispy tacos. Both times I had crispy tacos. Taco Nazo.
I didn't know they had crispy ones.
Yeah, both times.
Anyway,
good stuff. Tasty food. But would you agree with what I said originally that the quality of the salsa closely corresponds to the quality of the whatever?
I don't think it's all about the salsa. I think it's the sauce. Because like we had those straight up tacos tonight. And my chicken tacos, when I put the green salsa on them, it made them better. But I still like 1000% preferred the shrimp ones because the sauce they put on them was like A+. And it wasn't salsa. It was like some kind of chipotle mayo stuff.
I don't know why you went off on that tangent because it's a simple yes or no question. Do you agree, yes or no, that if they have bad salsa, who cares whether the sauce is good, bad, or indifferent? If they have bad salsa,
Didn't even listen.
do they also have not as good food?
All I did was add sauce to salsa.
I understand, but
They're
it takes it
together
off on
now.
an unnecessary tangent.
No.
So, do they
I refuse
necessarily
to
have
agree
bad...
or disagree with you.
Fine, throw the damn effing sauce in there. If they have bad salsa and bad sauce, or what if they have good sauce and bad salsa? I still say they have, regardless, they end up having not as good food. And that goes back to proving that it's the salsa, not the sauce, in my mind, and you're the other way around. I think that's funny. You're the other way around on that issue.
But I think it's the saucy part of the taco, because salsa is the saucy part of the taco.
But
and I agree with you. That makes the taco.
And I think it's because a really good salsa can cover up a multitude of sins when it comes to the beef and the chicken. You overcook the beef a little bit, but you've got some good spicy salsa. No one notices.
Honestly, I think that's one of the things I like so much about Tacos La Calle is because they have so many different kinds of salsa that I could just like that avocado cream they have.
Make your own.
I can just like pile it on my freaking taco because I think it's so good.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's like we can do this another time. We'll do breakfast burritos. That'll be one we'll do at some point.
We have to eat a couple more breakfast burritos
Yes,
first.
but we'll do that. But like the one, what is that? Alberto's down there, near the kid's mom's house.
Oh, that's not my favorite.
It has a good breakfast burrito, but here's the thing.
Their salsa's weird.
It's the red salsa and the green salsa in a certain proportion when you mix them. And it's something like 1.5 red and like 3/4 green. And you put it in there and you mix it all up. Oh my gosh. With their bacon breakfast burrito has so much egg. Oh my God. I think there's like 4 eggs in that thing.
Probably.
And then you eat that thing and oh my gosh, it is so good. And I don't eat the tortilla 99% of the time. I just eat the inner sanctum part.
That their red salsa is disgusting. And that's the majority of what they put on their breakfast burritos. So
no, they don't put any salsa on it. You put it on. They give you the red.
Every time I've ever had it, it's had the salsa in it already.
Nah.
Because I never add salsa to anything.
Wow.
Except Senor
Taco. It was really good.
Mitchell's being disgusting.
It was really good. But we can do breakfast burritos. But that's the thing, like being consistent. And even there, the reason I like their breakfast burrito isn't because of what's on the inside of it. It's because of the salsa. 100%.
Yeah, you're weird like that. You're kind of a salsa fiend.
100%. Well, that's true. I don't really like tortilla chips that much. I like the salsa that you eat with the tortilla chips or the guacamole that you eat with the tortilla chips.
Yep.
Anyway, I have had enough of this topic about tacos.
Well, then taco to you later.
Ha! Hee hee. Ha ha.
Good night, everyone.
Hasta la bye-bye. Thank you for listening to the Nightly Rant.
If you enjoyed the show, please give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts or Google Play.
If you didn't enjoy the show, please just ignore that previous request for a rating.
This has been a Yogi's Podcast Network production.